Hello and welcome. I am the Restless Kaiser.
And I am James Workshop.
And together we are Modelling for Advantage. So here we go. World of Tanks, the miniatures game. I've got a Nazi one over here, James.
I've got a Soviet one over here.
Funny that, isn't it?
Very odd.
It's a historical game, and you're going to do some Soviets. So what we're hoping to do, we're going to unbox these. These are the expansion kits. Not seeing any of these yet.
No.
And we didn't get crew cards in the main box. So what I'm really wanting to see in here is some genuine heroes of the Soviet Union and tank cases.
Okay.
We've got the cards from the basic games.
Yeah.
To have a look at, so let's get them open. Should we fail to open it? Oh, there's a staple in this, mate.
We should have pre-planned.
Oh no!
At least there's those boxes that are openable and reclosable. I like those boxes.
You say that. Ooh.
So what we got?
So
there's more expansions for the game as well. More upgrade cards.
Yes. That's
nice.
what there should be. That I think is the reason for buying these. All right. Okay. We'll have a look at those in a moment. Box. Could you get little presentation for look? Isn't that nice? It's like how many seagulls will die in the Pacific Ocean by eating this plastic?
Yeah. Well, you can put it in your display cabinet, and you can have like that in there, and then one of them next
to one
it.
that you've
That's
actually
nice.
painted.
It's nice.
All right, so I've got the German Stug III Ausf G.
Yeah, and I have the Soviet SU-100.
And I've got some of my painted ones for summer and winter options for comparison. Yep. And you've got one of your winter painted ones.
I have. It's an SU-85, but it's very, very similar.
Very similar. It's a slightly different gun. So, I mean, there's no doubt about it, is it? This is exactly the same kit.
Oh, 100%.
This is 100% the same vehicle. Yeah. And it's been built pretty well. If I look on the underside of the tracks, I can even see some sprue gates where they've been cut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this is an identical kit. So if you buy,
it's glued together better than mine.
yeah, mate. Well, whoever does this for a living, now, don't they? And the paint's gone on quite well. So all I would say on the subject of these probably is that you've only got the vanilla construction method.
Yes.
This is it built. It's completely built, but there's no optional stowage. There's no, if you get variation like these skirts on the Panzer IV and the Stug III, you get a damaged skirt as an option.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, because these things are just bits of steel plating on the side. They
very
catch
thin
on
steel
trees
plating as well,
and they just rip open.
Yeah.
So don't get any of that. But there's no reason you can't just repaint these and stick them with your existing force, and that's nice. Or use your existing collection. Yeah. But of course, you do need the cards. So in my pack, James, with the German one, I got. Is that five?
Ooh.
5 little cards.
That's a little bit different from the old tanks one. I can see one minor change.
Including, we'll talk about the stats in detail and we get some stills up. So I got some equipment, and I did get a crew card.
Okay.
4 pieces of equipment and a crew card. What about you?
I have 4 pieces of equipment and a crew card.
And one of those upgrades is a unique upgrade for this vehicle.
How do I tell that?
It's got a flag in the top right hand corner.
I have 2 unique upgrades.
Yeah, cool. Right then, let's talk. Should we talk about the Soviet one first, then, mate? What have you? So it's the SU-100.
Yeah. Okay, so I have
stat wise,
firepower 6, which is the same as before.
Ooh, yeah, but that's how many points was it? Top right hand corner, mate.
So it was 26 points before.
Yeah.
It is now 51 points. So it's pretty much dead double.
Which is what we're experiencing with most of the vehicles.
Yeah. So firepower 6, as I said, it is an assault gun. It has mobility 2, which is the same as it had before. It has survivability 2, which I'm guessing is armor.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same as it was before. It was armor 2.
It was before.
It has got initiative 3 though, where previously it was initiative 1. I suspect that they're more leaning into the late war thing there. Right. Okay.
By 1944, these Soviet tankers, they're not rookies. No. They're veterans.
And
there's still plenty of rookies, but they've got guards formations that actually know what they're doing.
So yeah, there's some people who are initiative 5 and some people are initiative 1, and it sort of levels out across the whole war, you know?
Yeah.
And hit points 5, which is 2 more than before, I believe. Was it 3 before? No, I'm just getting that wrong. It was 5 before, I think.
5, yes. It's very similar. Now, interestingly though, James, you have some special rules on these now also. The crew positions, I think, are quite important.
Okay.
So does it have 4 or 5 crew?
That's 4.
There's 4 crew. Yeah. Describe one of them as a radio operator.
It's missing the radio operator.
All right. What are your 4 crew positions?
So I've got commander. Oh, sorry. No, I have commander/radio operator. Right. It can be either a gunner, a driver, and a loader.
And what we know about World War II Soviet vehicles is there ain't no way there's a radio in that tank, is there?
No, not even slightly.
It didn't occur to me when I unboxed the main thing. It's like, all of these Soviet vehicles have got a radio operator. Mm-hmm. Mate, there's maybe 10,000 radios in the whole of the Soviet Union by 1944. There ain't no radio operator in that tank.
No.
The commander might have one.
Yeah, the commander might have one.
And it's
so this one can have a commander.
Not to use it in case he breaks it.
This is commander or radio operator, but the T-34 is commander or gunner.
Right.
Which is vaguely representative of
because it's a 4-man vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's only a 2-man turret. It must be the early one.
So in the early turret, the commander was the gunner.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining in this one, the commander was also the radio operator.
Are you reckon they might have had some of them by then?
Yeah. Well, late war, they started using radios.
They've got some.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, if it's a guards formation, there's a reasonable chance there's a radio.
There's a radio.
But the commander's using that radio.
Yes.
So that does make some historical sense there.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you flip it over though, so we've got some other special rules. So these are like blanket special rules, but they're reprinted on the cards. Mm-hmm. So do you have the assault gun rule?
I have the assault gun rule.
Which is that so you can only fire at things that are completely in front of you or partially straight down the line. It's a little bit funny how that works.
Uh-huh. So I like the fact that you got rules reference on the back, which is great. The rules reference requires me to look at the rule book.
Yes.
So it's not particularly helpful in that. I don't mean to be rude to the card.
Oh, to repeat the assault gun rule.
But it says this tank has a restrict line of sight and a fixed field of fire. I don't know what either of those things mean. No. And this card doesn't help me to find out what that means.
No. But it is a universal rule printed in the book that's difficult to explain in 2 lines.
Yes.
It needs diagrams. Mm-hmm. I think I can forgive them that. So mine's also got the light flank rule.
Same. Yeah.
You've got the same. So when this is the target of a side shot, subtract 1 additional defense dice.
Additional defense dice.
So that's quite interesting. But also in the top right-hand corner, you have unit type. These are tank destroyers.
Tank destroyer. Against +1 firepower? No, not firepower. Survivability when in cover.
So what I like about that, so if you look at the T-34, compare it to, the medium tank gets to re-roll a miss.
Oh.
So what it's doing is it's specialising them by roll.
Yeah, that's great.
Saying the tank hunter is supposed to wait in ambush. Mm-hmm. The medium tank, this is your mainline battle tank. It's a general purpose ability.
Okay.
I think that's really good.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. What's going on with your Stug then?
So with the Stug, O's of G, or J. Germans pronounce the G's and J's. Anyway, so we've got a firepower of 4 and a survivability of 2. So that, I'm not sure it had 2 armour before, but it might have done. Mobility 2 and initiative of 5 for 38 points. It's only got 4 hit points and 4 crew positions. I think these self-propelled guns have only got 4 crew positions because they haven't got a belly machine gunner.
No.
Who often doubles up as a radio operator in other vehicles.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the commander has to do that instead.
so somebody else has got to do that if you've got a radiator. A radio. So this one's only 38 points because it's not got that 6 firepower. I mean, 6 firepower is a big...
It's huge, yeah. And you've got higher initiative by a couple as well.
Just a bit, yeah. But there's got to be some limitation.
Definitely.
This is a game where defense cap 6, but offense doesn't cap.
Right, yeah.
And 6 firepower is extremely good.
It's very high, yeah. Well, it used to be able to increase to 7 as well, but that rule doesn't exist anymore. Because you had supporting fire previously as the Soviets.
So what we don't have in this compared to the previous game is we don't have the... what was I about to say? The unique national characteristics.
Yeah, the national characteristics.
I think that they're better blended into these upgrades. So should we have a look at our upgrades then? Should we start with the unique ones? So for your T-34, what have you got over there, buddy?
I don't think these are unique to the SU-100, but they're unique to the Soviet force. Is that what you mean? Okay. So I have the V234N engine module, which is specific to the SU-100. That is specific.
Yep.
It gives me +2 initiative during the movement phase. So that does level out our initiative for the grand cost of 3 points.
Now, given how important movement initiative in the movement phase is, because that's movement order.
Yep. That's
going
huge.
from 3 to 5. So, I'd take that every time.
This is a 54-point tank now.
Okay.
And the other unique item that I have for my force...
Is that your hero?
So, I also have a hero who's over here.
Right.
So I have another one. I have Lend-Lease Oil.
Lend-Lease oil.
Yeah, which is
good quality imported US oil.
It's good stuff. It's a consumable upgrade, which gives me +2 initiative during the movement phase for a discard to use.
Yeah.
So it's a discardable, but only 1 point.
Mate, again,
This is a 55.
That's a pretty good upgrade for a tank. Soviets can struggle a bit. Well, what I'm liking about these cards, I think they're flavour-wise, they're better than what we had before. There's a much deeper level of tank knowledge going into these, I think, and research. So, although this is the Stug Aus G, and it's got the 75mm anti-tank gun as standard, I have the option to have it with the 105mm howitzer.
That's pretty great.
Now, why you would want that in a tank-on-tank action, I do not know.
I don't know. Tell me.
Well, you get, for 2 points, it's not expensive.
Cheap.
I think this should be -2, to be honest. You get +2 firepower.
Okay.
But you have the high explosive rule. And the high explosive rule means you discard all hits before assessing damage.
Oh, okay.
So you get more dice if you're fishing for crits, but only crits are
Only
effective.
crits matter.
Yeah.
So you're up to 6 firepower.
Yes.
Which is 1 crit a turn, but maybe not, but maybe 4. Who knows?
I mean, it's interesting. They've got an HE rule. I've seen that somewhere else in the main rules about HE as a blanket rule. And maybe under as you stack other things, it may work.
Not Gale Force 9. Who makes these?
Gale Force 9.
Is it GF9? Yeah. Do they have a through F model?
A through F model
For the Stug. Sorry. Do they have the howitzer model?
No. Oh, I think that is the G.
Battlefront.
Anyway.
Do they have the early model available?
The same kit makes both.
Okay.
Obviously
Cool.
not the
today.
one that comes in that. But yeah, I think you'll actually see on these, one of these has got the short-barreled howitzer. You get still, and one of them's got the long-barreled anti-tank on. Yeah, it's the same vehicle with a different gun.
Okay.
But although it's a bigger gun, it's a very short-barreled. It's L28. It's a very short-barreled howitzer. Interesting. So, what about your crew member?
So I have Damir Nelrasov, who is 9 points. He is a unique.
Whoa, mine is only 2, by the way. I've got
nine.
an idiot. You've got a hero.
So he is a commander.
Right.
He has a concealment rule, which means you get an additional +1 armor while you're in cover.
So again, putting that on the self-propelled gun that gets that other bonus for being in cover.
So you'll be survivability 4
Without
when you're in
moving.
cover without moving. No, just when you're in
5.
cover. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, without moving.
Because
5.
you get 2 base, 1 for being a self-propelled gun, 1 for the cover, and 1 for... That's 5.
5.
For standing still. And it caps at 6.
Yeah. Okay. And
Are
then
we finished?
Recon, which gives me +1 initiative during the movement phase.
Mate, these cards are stacking quite nicely. Are you going to use the SU-100 in our game, James?
I probably will, with all of these cards. At the start of the game, immediately after deployment, this tank may make up to 2 moves.
Up to 2 moves?
It gets more initiative, more cover, and can redeploy 2 movement lengths.
Two movement lengths,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I get a 2-point loader.
Nice.
Who's called Bernard. He's actually called Bernard Nock.
Okay.
He's Bernard Nock, or Noka. So, loader, safe stowage, +1 initiative in the shooting phase.
Okay.
Boo!
That's not where you want the initiative, really.
Discard to cancel an ammo damage critical card. Now, that's the one that was formerly ammo explosion that gives you 3 points of damage. So
Okay.
that's not bad.
It's for 2 points.
That's not bad. It's got some cold water that you toss on the HE shells if they go up. This can attempt to repair an additional critical card each turn. So you're getting a lot of crap abilities out of this guy.
You are, but for 2 points.
But for 2 points, it's alright. I just don't want to put upgrades on a 38-point tank. You don't take the Stug G because it's good.
No.
You take it because it's cheap.
Yes. The fact that we're even considering upgrade cards as like a real option in this
Real
game
difference to the game before.
is
Yeah.
huge.
It's a relationship with points. We've got 3 more upgrade cards, John. John? James?
I'm leaving. I'm out.
Are you done? That's it. Out!
So I've done that one.
I put mine in points order.
You have 3 remaining. I have 2 remaining because 2 of mine
Okay,
were.
shall I
unique.
start then?
You go for it.
I've got fill tanks with CO2.
Okay.
Mate, I don't even know this. Discard to use. Cancel a lucky hit critical hit card. Right, for 1 point. Lucky hit is the 2 damage. It's the most common crit.
It is.
I didn't know they did that.
No.
I don't know. That must be some kind of tactic that they use. Put an exhaust gas into the empty fuel tanks or something.
Yeah, maybe.
To stop them from being volatile. I don't know.
Never heard of that before.
No, mate, if you know, put it down in there and we still won't know.
No,
right, James?
Still won't know.
1 point there.
Yeah, I've got a 3-pointer, which is coated optics, just straight up +1 initiative.
For 3 points?
For 3 points.
On a big enough tank, that's well worth doing.
Yep.
Yep, okay. Eagle Eye, mate.
Action Man used to have that. That must be good.
Oh, actually, this is basic crew. So although they've not got pictures, this is a commander. I hadn't realised that. When shooting, this tank may roll 1 less attack dice and modify 1 hit into a crit.
That's good.
5 points, though.
That's not so good.
Is it on a big enough vehicle?
Again, yeah. When they release the 110-point Tiger, you might start thinking about these 9-pointers. So I have a crew upgrade for Intuition, which is 5 points, a loader. At the beginning of your shooting phase, you can discard this for +6 initiative for the phase.
Whoa!
Discard an ammo upgrade card. So you need to have an ammo upgrade card.
And discard
you
that.
need to discard that. And then you get +6 initiative for the phase. So you could get movement or shooting. Because it's for the phase, not for the round.
Yes.
Interesting. I don't think I'll ever use that, but it's nice.
Yeah. Potentially, unless it's some really cheap ammo. A designated target for 5 points is a basic crew gunner. When shooting, the defending tank does not gain the cover bonus if it is already shot in this phase or has a movement token. So you basically remove the effects of cover on an enemy vehicle if it's moved or taken a shot already.
Okay.
That's
well, when I'm stacking +3...
Yeah,
and you
so
want to
you're not
remove
actually
that
cover,
one specific thing. You've got no cover.
It's 5 point basic dude. All right, mate, we get some stills so you can have a look at these cards. I think these are exciting. I compare these to the Panzer IV, and I would just say the problem, if there's a problem with the Panzer, the Stug G versus the Panzer IV, is that they're very, very similar. But the Panzer IV is just that bit more flexible for having a turret.
Right, yeah.
I'm not saying there's zero use for this, but they've got the same gun on a similar chassis. The stats are very similar, whereas yours are very different.
These are vastly different.
Yeah.
The mobility on the T-34 is better, and the initiative is much better. But the survivability and the firepower are like opposite end of the spectrum.
Absolutely,
They're nothing like each other. For 10 points difference. So
yeah, definitely. All right, that was our look at the first 2 tanks from Wave 1. Thanks for watching. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content, like the video, maybe leave us a comment. Thank you.